You had this meeting yesterday with the client.
Yeah.
So what was the main topic of this meeting?
What we discussed with the client yesterday was how can we help the client manage and target their engagement posts on LinkedIn. Now, to understand, LinkedIn has been, in terms of networks and in terms of platforms, the next big thing. So a lot of companies, especially if they're targeting B2B clients and target groups, are moving into LinkedIn because you can have a professional environment. You can use a lot of content that you actually already produce to bring it to the right people.
So during this meeting, I heard you guys mention something about training sessions and doing workshops with this company. What exactly does that entail?
Right. So for our client itself, they are a huge corporate. They have a sales team, a sales division, and now they're in the struggle, or let's call it in the transformation of moving from offline sales events, or moving from network events, from face-to-face meetings with clients to online sales. Now, how do they do that? How can they use networks and platforms like LinkedIn to generate leads, to get the clients that they want at the end of the day converted? Now, that is a process, because knowing how LinkedIn as a platform works, how the sales navigator works on LinkedIn, on how to actually build a funnel on LinkedIn, that in the end of your funnel you will get the right decision makers, the right clients, the right target group that you need to buy your products, is super important. And now not every salesperson knows, or not every sales representative knows how to do that. This is why we do the trainings. This is why we help out and try also to navigate and to help exactly those representatives go through that platform.
So just right now, I heard you mention a couple of the features that
Yes.
are in LinkedIn. And I know some of them are sponsored features,
Right.
and some are organic.
Right.
Can you just list some of the organic features that come for free on the platform already that businesses could use?
Right. So obviously, first, to understand the concept of LinkedIn, it's a platform that at some point obviously needs to make money. So for them, the big goal is to give you some stuff for free, some features, some what we call organic targeting features for free. But as soon as you want to advance and you want to go in depth in also filtering locations, filtering people, filtering your audience, or how it is called in LinkedIn, your audience match, they want you to use their sponsor targeting, because obviously that's their business model. This is how they make money. Now, if you want to do organic targeting because you want to first find out what's the best way for you to try and optimize and learn how the platform functions, you can have, besides your company page, you can have your showcase page, you can use extensively advanced search, you can also look manually, which is a bit of an effort, but you can look into the personas that you have on LinkedIn and look up what kind of hashtags are they following. Can you use those hashtags in your post so you make sure you've been seen by those target groups? These are some of the features that you can actually use on an organic targeting.
So I heard you just mention something about hashtags, and I don't think everyone knows, but most people just think hashtags, they think Instagram. So are hashtags becoming a big thing in LinkedIn? It's important to you?
Yes, but we need to distinguish between Instagram hashtags, where you kind of have hashtags that are either a bit funny, or they're a bit personal, or they're emotional, or they're, very informal hashtags that are used by Instagram to be found on the algorithm, to be found on the feed, versus the hashtags that are coined in LinkedIn more as either business terms or medical terms or legal terms, depending on the content you're putting out there. as a post. So yes, hashtags are becoming important in LinkedIn. The more populated LinkedIn becomes, which the trends, and if you follow some of the stuff that is going on in the social networks, it's becoming huge at the moment. So hashtags are important, but keep in mind, it's not going to be the same hashtags you're going to find on Instagram or Facebook, because LinkedIn is professional, so it needs to be more formal. It needs to have terms as hashtags that people are from a specific field of professionalism interested in. So start searching for those and using those when you post.
So you talk a lot about data, and I saw during the meeting that you had the company wasn't able to provide any hardcore data for you guys. So how do you use this data, and what kind of data exactly are you looking for?
Right. So for a project team, for a consultant, for someone who is willing to work with the client on a best strategy, also a best fit strategy, which means customized to the customer's needs, it's super important to see what have they done so far. So looking at historic data in terms of, let's say we stick to this organic targeting example that we had in the beginning. So for us it would have been amazing to say, okay, is there a certain unit or a certain team within this big corporate that has been using organic targeting, and how did they do it so far, and what are the kind of results they achieved?
When would you use organic targeting? Like, is that a thing that you do at the beginning? And then when would you use the sponsored targeting?
Right. So organic targeting is obviously, as I explained, the differences between organic and sponsored is limited, and it's a bit restricted. So when you start learning to target, it's very good to try learning it with organic targets. So you get the feeling of it, you get to see what you can do, you get to see results, and you're not spending a huge budget right away to learn and enable maybe not only yourself but also your teammates or your sales team or your marketing team with it. Now once you get familiar with the features of targeting, and even if it's organic targeting just itself, you can then move on with a small budget into sponsored targeting and then see the results. Because obviously with sponsored targeting, you can have just a bigger attention span out there for your targeting. I mean, that's how those platforms work, and this is what they guarantee you. As soon as you put into money behind your ads and behind your content, you will see more results, whether they're bad or good, but something you can work on with, and that will help you derive insights to optimize later on and find the right target group for you.